Are you a man with abdominal separation? I've created this video with 4 diastasis recti exercises for men. Hi, this is Ivana helping you get fit, healthy, and strong at any age. I should say right off the bat that of course women can do these exercises as well. I've just found that looking around there aren't enough videos directed at men for diastasis recti. I've already created a video about diastasis recti, so that'll give you all the information about things to avoid and some other important information about TBA strengthening. So check that out as well over here. We're going to start off with the seated chair squeeze, which I really like. A lot of us spend a lot of time seated, so it's an easy way of practicing this exercise and activating the TBA. What I've heard from a lot of guys is especially if they have larger bellies, they have a hard time feeling that area and pressing in. So what you actually want to do is find the hip bones and then come in about an inch and then drive down really hard. If you do have some squishy areas to go through, just press right through because you want to find that area that's really quite low there. So below your belly button, everything below there, and that's what we're going to focus on. So first you're going to release that belly out, just let it hang out as much as you want, and then you're going to breathe out and then pull that lower area in, pull the belly button in towards the spine, and you can even put your fingers on there and just feel that TA popping underneath your fingers. It shouldn't actually be that strong a sensation. Sometimes that's the rectus abdominis, the stronger six-pack muscle on the top. It should actually be quite a subtle sensation. And then you release it back out and just let it bulge back out. So ideally you're going to hold this for about 20 seconds and you're going to try to do it about 3 times. So we've come out and pulling in. And just feeling in that area. Should actually be able to breathe, although it's hard to speak. So just keeping that in, and then after 20 seconds, release. So that would be 1 set, and you're going to do 3 sets of 20 seconds. Now I've done a few videos for the stomach vacuum, and I've gotten some really good feedback about the one that I showed where you're leaning over the counter, that it's easier to activate the TVA and to get that contraction in that position. So hopefully you can see this here. You're leaning over. You breathe out first, just let that belly out, let it hang forward, and then breathe in, and then breathe out. So you want to hold it there for about 20 to 30 seconds, just drawing in, pulling the belly button in towards your spine as you're doing this one. So that should train the TVA and help with the diastasis recti. Now you're going to get down on the floor for what's called the draw in maneuver. So on your knees, pull it up on your toes at the back there, and you're going to bring your hands in front and just to support you, but keep them fairly close to where your knees are. And again, you're going to release your belly out. Just let it hang out fully from the bottom and keeping the focus below your belly button in that area. And then you breathe out. And then release it. So again, working for about 20 seconds. It's quite gentle, but you really want to focus on that area between your hip bones and just make sure that that's tucking in. So I'm going to set it up again. So as you breathe out, you're pulling in with that lower part below your belly button. Think about your belly button coming towards your spine and everything below just drawing in. Release after 20 seconds, and you're going to want to do a couple of those as well. Now with this exercise, marching, you're going to use that contraction that you've learned, the TBA contraction, and you're going to try to maintain that while challenging yourself slightly with the leg movement. So you're going to activate first, focus on that area between the hip bones, bring both legs up, and now you're going to try to draw that in. You can do the same release if you want that we did before, just kind of release the belly and then pull it in And now slowly, one leg at a time. And then come back up. And that whole time, you want to focus on pulling in the same way you did with the previous exercise. Pull in. And you can flatten your back as well to maintain that. Slowly. You can release it a little bit in between, but every time you move your leg, make sure you have a strong TBA contraction first. So squeeze, and then slowly move. It's particularly hard coming up, so make sure that you're squeezing the TVA. It'll help if you're rotating the pelvis and pushing the lower back flat onto the ground. And then opposite leg. So don't move the legs too quickly. You're just going to take over with the hip flexors, and that's not what you want to do. It needs to be a slow movement and really squeeze the belly button in towards the spine, flatten the back, and really tighten up before there's any movement. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that bell, and I look forward to seeing you next week.